I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. This is the 359th episode of the Political Spotlight. I am your host, Kristopher H. Bilbrey. I am happy that you are here. Happy to be here with you. I'm sorry about last night. We've just been in the whole no man's land. No one's doing anything last couple of days between Christmas and New Year's, and I've been feeling blah. I talked to you a little bit about it the last couple nights that I was on, and I was just like, I know I'm getting sick. I feel like I'm getting sick. Last night I just was blah, and I've been drained, and I just feel like I've been drained of any kind of energy, but I woke up today. I felt pretty good, and I feel like it's coming back. So we are excited. We are excited to sweep out the year 2024 and welcome to 2025. We are welcoming 2025 in. We are hoping that 2025 welcomes us all in, and excited for the new year. Thank you for being here and giving us a little bit of your time. We would ask that you do the things, click the likes, share the episode, subscribe to the show if you're so inclined. And if you have not, that would be wonderful. Obviously, if you're watching live, this show is being broadcast live on Tuesday, December 31st, 2024. I'm excited. I've already got all of the switchover. Everything has been switched over to say all of the new episodes will say copyright 2025 on it. I cannot wait. I was just absolutely dreading switching all of that. And since we didn't go on live last night, I just kind of laid around and I switched everything while I was laying in bed. And it was real easy. So we've got that done. I do want to let you know, if you want to follow us, the best way to get up to date with the current information, if you want to know what's going on before the show, you want to look at what we are going to be talking about normally nightly, you can find that on the social medias. And for those of you that have been here, you will notice that I did finally change the graphic. So you can follow us on the social medias. There's the YouTube link, our Rumble link. There's the Political Spotlight Facebook page and the Facebook page Bilbrey 318. That's the main Facebook page where that's the main jumping off point for everything as far as the written content, pictures and posts. that Facebook page. That's Kristopher H. Bilbrey as the Political Spotlight. And the X account, those are the main two jumping off points. And then for the show, obviously, YouTube and Rumble are the two jumping off points. So check those out. We've got the studio line, and both of the emails are up. So please check us out there. Keep that information, because that's how you get in contact with us. I keep saying us. It's just me still yet tonight. Kate is actually at a New Year's Eve party for I think the Stone Mansion is what she said, but she was just there dropping off some treats that they had made. I talked to her earlier, and she said that she will be joining us a little late, but she will be here. So we're gonna be excited to be with Kate and her people this evening, and all of you. This is going to be a little bit different thing for the people that generally watch on the holiday shows. For the people who've been here for several years, I normally do a show on New Year's Eve, because I'm into my 40s now, and going outside just does not seem like a fun time to me. I would much rather be in the house and safe and sound. And if I want to go to sleep before midnight, well, then I can do that. I'm not out doing stupidity and out bowling and out at a party or a club or a bar. I've done all of that. I've been out on New Year's arresting people. I've been out doing things that could probably have gotten me arrested. And now I would much rather sit at home with the people that I know, sitting around, being around with loved ones, and you people. So you people. So we are here, and we are going to attempt to be live until midnight here, which is Eastern time. It is currently, if you're watching this live, it is 9:07, 21:08, 9:08 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, December 31st. We are going to attempt to be here until 10, 11, 12. That's 3 hours. We routinely do 3 hours, so that won't be any big deal. And listen, normally on these year-end shows, we don't have a lot to talk about. I actually do have some regular show type stuff to talk about. So for those of you that are here, Kate won't be here but she'll be here in a few minutes. But so I'm going to go ahead and try to put up your comments. Les C. Cloud says, Happy New Year, everyone. Alva says, good evening, everyone. Steve, hello, Steve. Happy New Year's Eve. Jeff says, Happy New Year's Eve to Les. Jeff says, you too, Alva. I want to meet Kid Rock. MAGA, Happy New Year Eve. Has the aliens there. Charlize is bringing in the New Year's, ringing in the New Year's with wishing all a Happy New Year. Alva says, make sure you go to the bathroom before midnight, because you don't want to take that old shit into the new year. And let me tell you, that is very true. Michael says, Happy New Year, everyone. Well, hello, and Happy New Year to all of you that are out there watching that don't comment. I know that there are plenty of you out there that like to watch and listen, but aren't exactly into giving up your name or creating a fake name or doing all that. So welcome. And for those of you that'll be watching, you can tune in and tune out and watch and leave and come back and do whatever. We understand it'll be a while, and it's just going to be me kind of talking about a couple different things. Might bring up some stories from the news and talk about a couple of different things briefly here. Catherine's here. We're definitely going to talk about that a little bit. So right up here at the front, I'm going to talk about the actual like show stories for anyone that's watching for that. And then we can kind of get into the goofiness and the celebration, whatnot, towards the latter half. So first and foremost, I'll give you kind of a rundown on what we're going to be talking about. So we're going to be talking about the situation from Henry County and Hamilton County, Henry County, that whole pursuit ordeal. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk the Anderson City Council actually had a meeting tonight. They just got out of a meeting a couple of hours ago, and they actually had a meeting that was slated tonight. And it's a pretty wild meeting. Later on in the show, I'm going to play the video from the city council meeting that Tweety Bird sent me. And then when I watched that actually sent me down a rabbit hole. And I clicked on a video that I remember watching back like 9 years ago. 9 years ago, I watched this video. And I remember thinking how amazingly dirty and corrupt what I was watching was. And so we're going to watch that. I bet some of you have seen it. If not, it'll be interesting. So we'll watch that a little bit later on. We're also going to be talking about some stuff in Delaware County because the Delaware County commissioners did meet yesterday. And they had a really short meeting, very similar to the Anderson City Council meeting that occurred tonight. They were both very short meetings, but we need to talk about that. And then we also need to talk about some stuff going on in Muncie town. I know it's the end of the year. It's supposed to be a holiday, yada, yada, yada. But we broke some news today that a lot of people, I don't know if people saw this coming, thought that this would happen, didn't think it would happen. But we got some breaking news today. And I think that's where we're going to start with. Right out of the gate, we'll start out with this breaking news from Muncie, and I want to make sure that everyone is aware because before we get into that, I guess let me tell you, just give you kind of a heads up on what the game plan is. We're live tonight, okay? Then tomorrow is Wednesday the 1st. Nothing's going to be happening. Nothing's going to be open. Nothing is going to be going on. So I know that we've been hit and miss here the last couple of weeks. That's what happens in the holidays. I apologize. We will be back to regular broadcasting on Sunday the 5th. So we're almost there. It's less than a week away. We will be back to regular broadcasting Sunday through Thursday with no interruption. But I tell you all of that because I want you to be aware that we are live here tonight, obviously. We will not be here tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we will be taking the holiday Wednesday the 1st off. We will then be back on Thursday the 2nd. And the reason we'll be back on Thursday the 2nd is because we're back to work. There's a couple meetings that take place on the 2nd. And so we'll be talking about that and talking about the new year and what will be coming ahead. And so we'll be talking about that. We'll then be off on Friday and Saturday. And then our regular programming will start back on the 5th. So we've got tonight, off tomorrow, Thursday, off Friday and Saturday, and then back Sunday. That being said, Monday, the 6th, is going to be a busy day. Monday, we have Delaware County Commissioners meeting, Randolph County Commissioners meeting, Winchester City Council meeting, very likely, which would be an organizational meeting. We've got the Muncie City Council meeting, which will be a full meeting plus an organizational meeting at the beginning and a couple public hearings. So we're going to talk about that. The Delaware County Council organizational meeting will actually be this Thursday. So that'll be ahead of time. But so that's what's going on there. And let me see here. I need to share this a couple places. The other thing that I wanted to make sure that people were aware of was, yeah, I think I got that out. One more second. Yeah, here. Okay. Yeah. So the other thing is man, I know there's something very important to be talking about. Oh, all of these meetings, they will obviously be setting their meetings for the year. So if you are anywhere in any community that, if you hear or you see when they're, anywhere where they are broadcasting their meetings, Muncie's already put their meeting list up. It will be adopted on the 6th, but we will look into that. It's basically a standard, the first Monday of each month, outside of holidays. So we'll be looking at that. But so if you see anything like that in your community, please don't hesitate to snag that and send that our way. Okay, I'm putting these pictures in here just briefly. Hold on. Man, it'll be so amazing when Kate is back. Okay, here we go. So straight out of the gate, some breaking news that I want to cover. And this is important because this is going to ruffle some feathers. I know that some feathers are already ruffled. We'll look at this and I will approach this. Instead of commenting, I was going to post a comment to this earlier, but I thought, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I didn't even look at the comment. I figured it would be someone upset. And I figured, you know what we'll do? We will take a look at this together on the show. And I will address the people. If they're mad at me, they're mad at me. And it is what it is because I call it like I see it. So late last night, a couple different sources brought to me the news, breaking news out of Muncie, that the Democrat-controlled Muncie City Council, and I say Democrat-controlled because the council's a 9-person council. The Democrats have a supermajority on the council, so they have 6 seats to the Republicans' 3 seats. So they have the majority, 5-4, plus they have the supermajority at 6. They have already decided ahead of time, ahead of the public meeting, who their leadership for 2025 will be, ahead of the 2025 organizational meeting, which will take place on Monday, January 6th, 2025. The Muncie City Council president and vice president for 2025 will be, drumroll for those of you that do not know, President Harold Mason. Harold Mason will be the president, and it's looking as the vice president will be Brandon Garrett. Now, let me take a moment to say congratulations to both Mason and to Brandon. As individuals, I know both of them personally, It's been a long time since Mason and I have really communicated. I know Mason from his days as a 911 supervisor. He was a supervisor down in 911, and I've dealt with him multiple times, in that capacity, and always had a decent relationship with him. Always thought he was a good enough person. He was cool to me. We were cool. I never had any issue with him. Never had any issue with him. Really haven't had any kind of personal relationship with him in probably the last 15 years. And then he ran, for council, and he won. He is the 6th district counselor. So he is the counselor in the Whiteley area of Muncie, the 6th district. And so he's apparently their pick for president. They will vote and make that official on Monday the 6th. Brandon is the District 3 counselor, and he is in the Shedtown area. And so he's going to be the vice president. Now, I do not have word on who the secretary will be. No one that I spoke to, and I spoke to multiple different people. No one knew who the third leadership role would be. I have some suspicions. I have some people that I would like it to be, so we'll see what happens. But these two are the main positions. Now, the vice president doesn't have any real power. There's no extra duty. The vice president only becomes a figure if and or when the president is absent from a meeting, not there, or whatever goes on. So the president has the majority of the powers, and really, as far as a city councilor, they don't have any extra real roles other than leading the meeting. They also call a meeting. The special meetings are called one of a couple ways. The president can call a special meeting whenever he or she deems it's necessary, or a majority of council. So, for example, if the council's saying, hey, Mr. President, Counselor President, we need a special meeting, and the president's saying, no, I'm not going to do that. Any 5 council members can get together, and they can't get together. They can deem that a special meeting is needed, and they can call for a special meeting. So the vice president's role doesn't really it's more of an honorary position, honestly, and it's a fill-in for, everyone gets the principal there. I have to say this. I like both of these guys. I don't have any ill will towards either one of these men personally. I like Brandon. I get along with Brandon very well. Brandon and I have communicated multiple times. I like Brandon, but I have to say that this pick does not excite me. This is not an exciting pick. The council in the last year was a rolling disaster all year long. I was hoping for a little bit of a rebound from that, and it does not appear as though we're gonna get that rebound. Unfortunately, I've not seen anything particularly out of either one of these men that make me go, yay, leadership. Brandon is a counselor. He's communicated with me. I'm getting word from other citizens that he doesn't very well communicate with them, so that's a problem. it's not something where it's okay if an elected official is afraid they're going to wind up on the show, so they answer my phone call, but yet then they won't answer the phone calls or the emails of the public. That's a problem. That is a problem. So, it's not like I'm like, well, they communicate with me and that's all that matters. No. You have to communicate with everybody, and communicating solely with me, but not anybody else, that will get my ire as much as anything else will. Matter of fact, I would be a little bit more upset if you're going to be willing to contact me because you're afraid of me talking badly about you, but you won't answer the public. I'm going to treat you a little worse than if you weren't just answering me, because if you're answering the needs of the public, but you blow me off, I don't want to be blown off, and you shouldn't, but at least you're talking to the public. You know what I mean? So I'm not hearing it from dozens and dozens of people, but I have heard it from a couple. One of them actually posted publicly. And so I think that's interesting. And so I made a post about this on social media, and I said here what I said what I just said here. Breaking news: the Democrats that control the Muncie City Council 6-3 have already decided on the council leadership for 2025 ahead of the 2025 organizational meeting on Monday, January 6th. The council president will be Harold Mason. Council vice president will be Brandon Garrett. The first council meeting of 2025 will take place on Monday, January 6th at 7 p.m. There will actually be a public hearing that starts at 6:45. So I will correct that and make sure that is known as well. At that point, Mason and Garrett will officially become president and vice president. Mason will take over as council president from Jerry Dishman, a fellow Democrat from District 5. Garrett will take over as council president from Nora Powell, a fellow Democrat, District 2. I went on to say, personally, I like Mason and Garrett both. That said, I've not seen anything from either one of these men during the past year that would make me think either one of them should be in a leadership role on the council. Neither one of them have said more than a handful of words during this past year, nor have they taken any big stands or stood out in any real way. It hurts me to say this because, again, I really do like Brandon as a person, but he missed a lot of meetings in 2024. But more than missing the meeting, some of those missed meetings were really important because of what was discussed and what action took place during the meetings. Brandon missed some major action and major votes in 2024. Honestly, with the rolling disaster that the meetings were throughout all of 2024, I was hoping for a better 2025, but I don't think this is it. I guess it is what it is. If the sources are correct, and I absolutely think they are, then Nora is calling the shots anyways and basically scripting out all of the meetings as it is. So, whatever. I went ahead and said, what are your thoughts? Do you think Harold Mason Brandon make a good president, vice president? Do you think it's okay for this to be worked out ahead of the public meeting? What say you? And then I tagged the council members. I tagged the council attorney, and I tagged oh, wow. Let me see here. No, wait a minute. Okay, nope. I was going to get heated there for a moment, but I'm okay. All right. So then I tagged the Muncie mayor. And so I posted their pictures, and now let's go over the comments because this is where it's going to get interesting. All comments. So the first comment that pops up was from a woman who says, I trust Brandon Garrett more than I do Harold Mason Jr. I said, thing is, the VP doesn't really mean anything. They don't have any extra duties or anything. It's going to be really strange. Troy Tackett says, that's all we need. A racist for council president, and a lame duck dummy for vice. And yes, I'm sure Nora's controlling all of these puppets as she did the previous year. And yes, they have it all worked out beforehand, as they could care less what the city and the people think. Same shit, different day. Interesting. Brantley Spicer says, does this mean Brandon will start responding to emails, or will he continue to ignore me? I said, well, that's a good question. I would hope that he would be answering you. He should be answering emails. Brantley Spicer said, I've emailed him at least twice about reviving the chicken issue and haven't gotten a response from him or any of the at-large members. The only at-large member that would respond to me was Roe, and I had to find her on Facebook for that. I said, oh my, yeah, I don't like that officials won't reply to emails. To that, Brandon Garrett said, sorry about not responding to your emails. Please give me a call. He posted his phone number. I really do my best to answer everyone back. Okay. Brantley said, thanks. I'll give you a call in the coming days. Still busy with holiday stuff right now. Brandon said, I know that feeling. I have a happy new year. Looking forward to your call. Ashley said, Brandon, I think we're allowed some family time during the holidays as well. And yeah, she's absolutely right. I don't think absolutely. I don't think anyone's issue is holiday time. I don't think I've seen Brantley Spicer talk about this in times past. I don't think that he has been messaging him or expecting him to call and or answer through the holidays. And that's not been my issue with Brandon either. Dan McDonald put a chicken because that's what he always does. Troy Chester says, personally, I'm not seeing due diligence being done concerning Garrett. And as for Mason, let's just see how he handles his role as president. Okay. And so that is, I think somebody has deleted a comment. Yeah, unfortunately. Let's see here. Yeah. Unfortunately, somebody has deleted dirty deleting. That's my fault. I should have looked earlier. Let's go down through here. We'll come back to that. Let me see. Because I know. Let's see. Okay, so Brantley Spicer said, I've emailed him at least twice. Okay, yeah, I don't like officials that won't respond. Brantley said, thanks, I'll give you a call in the coming days. I know the feeling. Ryan Webb says, that was a man-up response. That is absolutely worthy of respect. I agree with that. Brantley says, absolutely. My complaint about the emails was because I sent them almost 6 months ago. Ashley says, okay, and that's understandable. The email situation is a disaster. The amount of emails that just have to be deleted on a regular basis because they are junk or spam is insane. So I'm sure it was missed. I don't understand what that means. I don't understand what that means, and I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with the fact that we have a council that have been seated for, starting tomorrow, it will be 1 full year and going into year 2. And the fact that Brandon has been seated, for across multiple terms, if there is a problem, first of all, stop. If the city of Muncie is not providing the council members with an email with which the council members can properly communicate with the constituents, then the counselor must sit down at a desk, pick up his phone or her phone, sit down at a laptop, sit down at a desktop, sit down on the toilet, do whatever, wherever you are, and create a Muncie City Councilor District whatever, City Councilor Brandon Garrett, City Councilor Rose Selvey, City Councilor Jerry Dishman at gmail.com, at yahoo.com. Make your own URL or your own page and make it city councilor at citycouncilor.com. Make your own email and put that out for the public. There is no excuse that, oh, the email system's been a disaster. That's an excuse in February of 2024. That's an excuse in February of 2024. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Okay, it's not an excuse in January of 2025. It's not an excuse in May of 2024. It's not an excuse, in my opinion, it's not an excuse in March of 2024. When you know in January that you're having a problem with the email and the email is not allowing you to be reachable by the constituents that you serve, then it is your duty to go above and beyond what the city is providing. And if the city isn't providing you a way to do this, set up your side email and blast the city. Brandon, Roe, Jerry, Dale, Jeff Green. I'm not talking just to Brandon. I'm talking to the whole damn lot of them. I've not heard any of you say anything about the emails since the woman called you out about it back in March. So my question is to you, listen to me very carefully, counsel. God willing, I will stand before you on Monday, January 6th. And I will ask you a question about your emails. And I'm telling you, when I say, we'll shut the meeting down, I will not let you go on with a meeting without an answer. They'll have to drag me out of there. I'm telling you, I will stand at the podium and I am going to ask you about your emails. And here's what I'm going to do so I can do it at the beginning of the meeting and not the end of the meeting. There's a public meeting, a public hearing that takes place at 6:45. So I'm going to send every one of the 9 council members an email about the public thing. I'm going to just send them I don't even know what the public hearing is. I don't. Let me see what's on the agenda. Okay, the agenda says public hearing 6:45, ordinance 225, and ordinance to vacate a certain public alley in the John J. Perkins addition to the city of Muncie, Delaware County, Indiana. All right, I'm going to ask them, where is the John J. Perkins addition in the city of Muncie? And I'll see how many of them respond to me. And if I don't get a response from all 9 of them, then I'm going to stand up during the public comments and say, well, I emailed this to you. And if they don't say anything, I'm going to then say, Donner and Blitzen and Dancer and Dick, whatever Dickie, does your email work? Can you email? Ro, can you email? Mason, can you email? Sarah, can you email? Dale, can you email? And they better answer, or we'll stand there until they adjourn the meeting or they drag my ass out of there. Because we cannot go into another year with emails not working being an answer that grown adults that are getting paid tax dollars by the people that are paying them, that's not an answer. And I'm not going off on Ashley, on Brandon's wife. This is not ire at Brandon. This is me being mad at all of them. That's not an excuse saying, well, we routinely delete dozens of mail because it's just so much, because it's a disaster. No, you can't be deleting any mail. No mail should be deleted. You should be using some kind of laptop or device where you have popped the delete button off. You should not be deleting anything. That has me fired up. So I will say the fact that we have a person in leadership that can't say, well, I'm having a problem with the emails and the public can't get a hold of me and I can't get back a hold of the public. So until the city does something, I should probably create something at yahoo.com or gmail.com. You got to be willing to you got to be willing to think outside of the box. You got to be willing to think outside of the box. Let's see this. Okay. You know what? Come and change this. Change this from Brandon Garrett 4, City Council District 3. Change this to Brandon Garrett, City Councilor Brandon Garrett, Muncie City Councilor Brandon Garrett District 3, and communicate with them. The last message here was in July. It was July. And the post before July 1st was November 7th of 2023. This is not how social media should be worked for an elected official who says my email doesn't work. So I love it. I'm pretty sure I've got one of these somewhere too. That's amazing. I love it. Okay, so that's kicker number one. That's got me fired up. So Brandon, Vice President, Mason, President. The number one thing, this was figured out before the council meeting. Do we like that? Do we not like that? You know, is it just the way it is because they have a quorum? They've got 6 people. You know, should this be being discussed ahead of time? Should it not be? I mean, you know, I understand politics is played out. What's going to be interesting is now we know the makeup of the Muncie City Council. My question is going to be who is going to be the makeup of the Delaware County Council? I'm very interested in who's going to make up the Delaware County Council. I already said that. The Madison County Council. I'm interested in both of those. We're going to definitely be watching what goes on in Delaware County. They will be coming together on Thursday to vote. And I would say that what we'll need to be looking at is, I say in Delaware County, I think Miss Piper is probably done. I think Piper's reign as the county council president is probably over, which is good. So who could be council president? Well, I think that we're going to see. I think a good possibility will be Matt Kantz. Matt Kantz is a real possibility. And you know, I'm conflicted. Matt has the possibility to really be a good president and really be a good council member. He has the possibility. He has the ability. He definitely has the ability to be a good leader, a good council person, a good public servant. Now he's wishy-washy, so I don't know. I think that we're not going to. It's not going to be Jim Mokel. It's not going to be William Hughes. They just don't want it. It's not going to be Dan Flanagan. I really could see a situation where Brad Bookout makes a play for it. Incoming new council member. He's been on the council before. He was council president for a lot of the time he was on the council. I could see him playing, making play for it. I could see kind of a dark horse in Eugene Whitehead. Now, we don't want Whitehead. Whitehead is mindless. He is a follower, directly following just what comes out of the mouth of the highlighter queen, Jessica Piper. You might as well just put Piper back in the president's seat if that's going to happen. So my hope is that it's going to be, my hope it would be that it would be Matt Kantz. For Madison County, again, my hope would be that it would, be Bethany Keller. My hope would be that Bethany Keller would be the president. She's not going to be the president. I don't know. I don't know. Now, real quick, it'll be somebody in Madison County. It'll be somebody from there's still a power control on the council that is from the bad people's side. So it'll be one of their guys or girls. Now, DC Swamp Drainer, that's very true. Very, that's a very good comparison to Todd Young. Let's see here what's happening. I want to come back and talk because I didn't talk really quickly about, and I don't know where it was. I don't know where this was, but someone on one of the posts had said something, had talked. Let me find out where this was, because I know that somebody. Okay, yes, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. This is what I saw. So I want to talk about this. Okay, so here is this post. Someone said, Okay, Sonda Williams said, I personally would have preferred Dale and Roe. I said, I'll pass. I meant to say I'll pass on Dale, but Roe would have been a fine choice. Jeff Catron said, regarding Garrett's absence, could his vote have changed any outcomes? Was he aware that he could not change things or that his vote didn't matter because he was voting with the majority? I'm not excusing his absences. I do think it's important to participate in the process as much as possible when you're an elected representative. These meetings are also where the public gets a chance to speak, and the representatives should hear what's being said by the public. Okay. His Ashley Garrett, Brandon's wife. And look, I'm not mad at her. I get it. She's going to defend her husband. I understand it. No harm. And I know that they're probably upset with me, but I'm just calling it like I see it. And that's the way I do it. He doesn't get a pass because I like him. He doesn't get a pass because we're friends. Or I think we're friends. We're probably, I don't know. Maybe he's mad now. Who knows? I don't care about all that. She says, thank you for your response. You're exactly correct. His vote wouldn't have changed anything. And those meetings were scheduled at times that everyone knew he was working. He also has a responsibility to his employer. His schedule is usually a set schedule, and everyone was aware of when he was and wasn't available. Okay, now I want to stop her right there, and I'm going to speak the truth now, okay? Because I was worried that someone was going to say that exact same thing, I went through before tonight's show, and I started in December 4th. Okay. I actually started, I didn't take a picture of November, but I started in November in 2023. And the reason I did that was because November and December of 2023 was when the votes concerning the fire department bot deal was going strong. So I started then. And Garrett was there in November of 2023. He was there in December of 2023. Garrett was absent during the very crucial vote on January 8th, the first meeting of the year, last year, okay? And that was a very crucial vote for the fire department BOT, the bot deal. Now, would his vote have changed anything? I don't know if it would have or not. I don't know how he would have voted. I would have liked to have heard his argument. I would have liked to hear his argument. Maybe the vote doesn't change anything, but the vote, specifically when you're a vote against the majority, is a very important vote. Okay? Maybe he was going to vote for it. And then in that case, the words that he said or did not say during the meeting and being able to listen to what the constituents were saying before the vote is important. So it's not always the vote, because it may change, may not change. It might be with the majority, nothing matters, or it might be in the minority and nothing matters. It matters because you have an obligation to the citizens. Okay, so I want to talk about, and look, I'm being harsh. But these people only have one meeting a month. One meeting a month. We're talking about at the most 2 or 3 hours out of the entire hours of all month. Okay, so he was absent in January. He was present in February. He was present in March. He was present in April. He was present in May. He was present in June. He was present in July. And you might be saying, well, wait a minute. He's present all these times. Okay. He was present in August. All right. He was absent but attended via phone in September. And if I'm correct, now I did not go back through, he attended by phone, but I think that the phone either cut out or he dropped it or the call dropped or something happened at some point through that meeting. I don't believe that the full meeting was attended. Okay. But we're not done yet. All right. So that's that. Okay. Moving on. He was absent in October. He was present in November and he was present in December. However, he missed the very crucial meetings of the Finance Committee on September 24th, September 25th, September 27th, and October 7th. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6. 6 meetings. 6 meetings he missed out of 16. 6 meetings out of 16 total meetings that he missed. 6 meetings. What in the hell? What is going on with Adam? And DC Swamp Drainer. You guys are freaks. Let me see here. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just, listen. Oh, yeah. Hey, you all say whatever you want. I have no problem. No worries. Fight it out amongst yourselves. Don't break the terms of service. No, I wasn't friends with a pedo. I was friends with an idiot who then became a pedophile, and at that point, I've done everything I could to make sure that he would be in prison and be in jail. I've contacted law enforcement, contacted the prosecutor's office, did anything and everything I could to make sure that he would see as much time as possible. So, might very well have been. I don't know. But I didn't know. I never slept with a man and was at his house a total of 3 times, but you'll be all right. So anywho, the bottom line is that's a lot of then why did he go turn himself in while you stood back and did nothing? What was I supposed to do? You'll be all right, bro. Letting us know that your feelings are hurt over something said. You'll be fine. Anywho, you don't know it's public, LOL. So, well, you didn't know, no, you're hurt feelings because you're hiding behind a screen name because some words hurt your feelings and you're attacking anyone. What's really strange is you seem to be attacking on this Brandon thing. So I would hope that it's not some connection to Brandon. I think Brandon wouldn't do that, but I don't know. Time will tell. Yeah, I was looking at that. He missed 37% of the meetings. So that's not a good look for someone who is going to be in the leadership of the council. So that's that. Okay. Moving on from there, I do want to cover the Delaware County meeting that occurred on Monday. And we live streamed that meeting. I think the meeting, Alva was there. I don't know how long the meeting took. Let me go back here on the screen and look. I think that the meeting, so the meeting took just right at about 16 minutes for the Delaware County Commissioners to vote on the ARP interest ordinance and a few other ordinances. Okay. As we knew, James King would not be present. I knew he wouldn't be present. He wasn't there. And so that was just par for the course. The last actual meeting for the commissioners was the 16th. This was a special meeting that was called after the last meeting. So if he didn't attend the last meeting, which is when he would have got his accolades, I knew he wouldn't attend the special meeting on the 30th. I just want to let's see here. I want to go over a write-up on the meeting and tell you kind of the breakdown of what happened. Let me pull this up here. Okay. So, Rick Yenser had a pretty good write-up based on the Delaware County Commissioners meeting. Rick's little write-up says, Delaware County Commissioners took action at year's end to account for millions of federal dollars from the American Rescue Plan. Those means have funded countless utilities and infrastructure projects in small towns, besides the $6.1 million towards the new mental health facility next to the county jail. WellPath Recovery Solutions will operate the center for local and area inmates and others. The commissioners, meaning Sherry Riggin and Shannon Henry, approved a trio of measures to obligate $544,304 in ARP interest into a dedicated fund to help with mental health facility. The third commissioner, James King, was absent again, as he has missed other times since losing re-election in the primary. Another $3.6 million was dedicated to revenue replacement for other county funds spent mostly on infrastructure and utility projects. That reversed ARP plan, that revised ARP plan, the sixth since local government got help during the pandemic, mentioned replacement of old wooden bridges and repair to county buildings. Other ongoing projects included $1.5 million for Royerton sanitary sewer repair and maintenance, besides another $1.5 million for various stormwater projects throughout the county. County Attorney John Brook worked with County Auditor Ed Carroll to revise the ARP and ensure that it complied with the changing federal guidelines. The U.S. Treasury recently required local governments to obligate ARP money by December 31st and spend it by 2026. The revisions also met requirements by the Indiana State Board of Accounts, Brooks said. No one from the public spoke at the ARP about the ARP or the spending. The action took about 10 minutes during a special meeting on Monday, and included approval of $330,414 in contracts to replace the courts and jails parking lot and drive. E&B Paving got that job. In January, Steve Brand, a former factory manager and past president of the Muncie Board of Sanitary Commissioners, will become county commissioner, replacing King. So I want to talk about this just briefly. So in that meeting on Monday, the main point of contention, the main issue that I had was the interest money. That interest money, which they are talking about, the interest that they made was to the tune of $544,000. We're not talking about millions of dollars. We're not talking about $1 million. We're not talking about $2 million. We're not talking about $3 million. We're not talking about $5 million. We're talking about $544,000 that the Delaware County Council had already budgeted to help fund Delaware County employees in 2025. And we saw at the last commissioners meeting when Shannon and Matt Kantz had some words, and Commissioner Shannon Henry basically said, we're keeping this. I already told you we're keeping it, and that's that. I just want to be clear. Matt Kantz is like, I want to be clear. Okay. And Kantz was right. Kantz said, if you can take it, but you're only hurting the county employees. Well, what happened at the meeting, I thought we were going to see a showdown. They were going to get into an argument, who knew what was going to be said or what happened there and how it was going to end up. There was hardly no discussion about what they were going to be doing. It was wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. They voted. And when they voted on that action, afterward, Shannon says, we're going to have some conversations with the council, and, we want to help them and we want to be helpful. I have heard tell from a couple birdies that at some point between the 16th, when Shannon had his big flare up and his attitude, that Stephen Brand talked to Shannon, which is perfectly legal because at that point he wasn't a commissioner. He talked to Shannon and said, listen, when I come on in just a handful of days, it's just a handful of 2 hours now, when I become commissioner, I am going to push for that money to help the council. And apparently, Shannon knew that that's the way that Sherry Riggin felt. So he knew that he would be outvoted 2-1, because after he got done with his little statement that he was going to help the council with that money and make it not be a problem, Sherry Riggin spoke up and said, good, I'm happy to hear you say that. So for everyone that wanted Brand to speak up and to say something and to be big and bad, he did so, apparently behind the scenes. And I'll be honest, as long as it gets done, if it's not being done in an illegal way, if Brand is able to do it that way, rock and roll. I'm fine with that. Now, what'll be funny is if we keep him to it. Kate has joined us, and Kate says, hello, Kate. Thank you for being here. I just got back on screen. I don't know how long you've been here. Kate asked, do you know what it was that Shannon wanted to do with the money? No, I don't. And see, that's what's interesting. I don't know what they wanted to do with money. We're not talking about a large amount of money. I mean, it's only, listen, it's a large amount of money, $544,000. But in the grand scheme of things, when we're talking about the Delaware County and the county commissioners, it's not a lot of money. So for Shannon to even bow up didn't make sense. Do I think this fight is over? I don't think it's over. I think we'll see this fight kind of continue after the new year. But what's interesting about this is, back up. I do know what he wanted to do with the money. I completely lied to you. That's the next thing I was going to talk about. All of this money, a lot of this money, they're trying to shovel toward the rehabilitation facility. Because right now, there's no funding source for the rehabilitation facility. Right now, they have it funded from the time that it's built. They have it funded for about a year. And then after that, it's done. So I think what Shannon is hoping to do is stuff any money that he can into the rehabilitation deal, because that is going to be a massive blunder. And I'm telling you, I don't know who said it, and I would release this if I knew, but I have heard it said from elected officials. I don't know who, but there have been elected officials, and I believe they have been on both sides of the commissioner's table and the council's table that have said, we need to just build the building, hurry up and build it, and then cut our losses, scrap everything else. And I'm telling you, if they do, I don't know, I think that might be their only bet, but if they do that, you want to see county citizens come unglued, because that is why people finally relinquished on letting them move the jail out to Wilson, where they moved it to, was the rehabilitation facility. And the fact that they were able to get out there, and everybody's like, well, where's the rehabilitation facility? And they're like, well, we haven't built it yet. And that they've been operating out there for nearly 4 years at this point with no rehabilitation out there. They were really pushing citizens to their last limit. And so now they've got the citizens to be like, okay, everything's good. And now it's really hard for these citizens to hear, no, we're still not out of the woods yet. This project might fall right on its face before it's even off the ground. So, that's a good question, Karen O. They're still planning on WellPath running it. There's no word that WellPath has pulled out. They have not pulled out, and they are still in the process of thinking that they are going to run this damn facility. Now, what's interesting about that is more and more people are now calling that out, and saying things about Wellspring, or not Wellspring. Wellspring's the hold on. Wellspring is that babysitting place down the road. Let me see here. It is well, damn it. I knew I was just looking at it before I came on the program. There are more people now that are talking about the fact that this right here. Todd Smeckens said, is this WellPath? Is this the WellPath senators in Washington have been hammering over poor performance and placing inmates at risk and allowing some to die? Also, I think they keep rebranding themselves to get past their negative reviews. Absolutely. Yes. Also, So, yeah, more and more people are finding out that the commissioners, very much like Dan, do not have a plan for their mental health rehabilitation facility. Absolutely crazy. So weird. How many extra millions was spent to repair the roof on the jail that could have been used in the rehabilitation facility? Honestly, thank God I don't think it was millions, but it was an amount of money that they absolutely could have put in there. You know, why do you build or reconstruct a building to be the brand new Delaware County Justice Center and Rehabilitation Facility, the courtroom, the home of the prosecutor's office, home of the clerk's office, home of the courts, home of the sheriff's department, home of the public defender's office, community corrections, all of that stuff under one roof? Makes sense. Brand new building in 2020, January 2020, and it needs a new roof in 2023? 3 years? Ludicrous. Another case where a 2-second good search would pop up with bankruptcy lawsuit, dead inmates. Yeah, I know, Kate. It's absolutely insane. So that's what's went on with the Delaware County, the Delaware County commissioners meeting that occurred. That'll be interesting. Now, okay, let's go on really quickly to the Anderson City Council meeting that occurred just a couple hours ago. Just a few hours ago, there was an Anderson City Council meeting. And at that meeting, one of the absolute worst things happened, something that we just do not like here. And I want to pull this up, and I want you guys to see this. Something that just absolutely was not good. So I want to let you know, here's what was going on. The agenda was a special meeting of the Common Council of Anderson, Indiana. It was set on Tuesday, December 31st, which is unheard of. Opening of meeting, President Stevenson at 6 p.m. Invocation, Pledge of Allegiance, roll call, meeting being called. It was discussing the APRA, I hate calling it that because it gets confused with record requests. The ARPA, the American Rescue Plan funds. And then there was miscellaneous public comment, adjournment, and that was that. Okay. Resolution 2624, a resolution transferring and appropriating funds within the coronavirus local fiscal recovery grant to line items relative to affordable housing, homeless initiatives, and nonprofits to the extent required to provide adequate funding for obligated projects and amendments of the American Rescue Plan Act. Whereas the federal government adopted Section 9901 of the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, which established the Coronavirus Local Fiscal Recovery Fund to provide grant funds to units of local government. And whereas the city of Anderson was awarded $22,105,606 in ARP funds. And whereas in May of 2021, the Common Council of the City of Anderson adopted Ordinance 1521, establishing the ARP Corona Coronavirus Local Fiscal Recovery Grant Fund, whereas Fund 3176, now Fund 2407, a non-reverting fund, and whereas the Common Council passed ordinance numbered 1722 as amended and 1622 as amended on August 9th, 2022, both of which were approved by the mayor on August 16th, 2022. And whereas the aforesaid ordinance approved the amended Rescue Plan Act investment plan for the city of Anderson, referenced and incorporated in said ordinance, and since the adoption of said plan, most of the funds have been awarded and obligated pursuant to the plan and ordinances. Whereas all of the said funds are required to be obligated by December 31st, 2024, it's now been moved up. It's now been moved to 2026. They have to be used by. It goes on, it goes on, it goes on. And there are lots and lots and lots of monies here they're talking about. They are talking about pushing on a lot of different money in different directions. And the public have had a lot of questions about this. Who's getting the money? Why are the people who are getting the money getting it? Are there any conflicts of interest? Because there's some serious issue here. And I'm going to tell you, during the last meeting, there was a lot of hubbub about this, and the meeting didn't end. Shall we say, the meeting didn't end the way that normal meetings should. They got mad. They ran out because a citizen was, had some unkind words with which he was perfectly legal to say and to question, and they didn't like how he was going about it, and so they shut the meeting down. Okay, well, now here we are back in this meeting tonight. Okay, and let me get up here. Yeah, they didn't even technically adjourn the meeting properly. They said it, and they got up and they ran out. I mean, it was ridiculous. Okay, and Heads Up and Co-Productions, All Out of Bubblegum, says it was supposed to be yesterday. They gave the homeless $900,000 to Aspire. Not all the not-for-profit who got funds today already got funds. They denied Heads Up and Co-Productions. Let's see here. There are several different things now. So I want you guys to listen to this and listen to what happens here.
Tonight, I have posted above the video the resolution that has to be passed on the whole thing. Raise our already. Tonight we're only resolution 2624. Obligated project.
That sounds like a threat, Sheila. It's a promise. It's not a threat, it's a promise.
You'll be locking the building when?
It'll be locking up as soon as this is over. So if you walk out and want to come back in, you can't.
Oh, why would anybody do that?
Well, you never know. You might forget something.
Oh, okay.
All right. When are they going to get this meeting started?
Start off with the invocation by Councilman Turner and a pledge of allegiance by Councilman Dixon.
Okay, so I'm going to have to walk you through because the sound is horrible. They're doing the pledge.
Councilor Freeman. Here.
They're doing roll call.
Here. Councilor Landers. Here. Councilor Graham. Councilor Newman.
Yes.
President Stevenson.
I am here. Obviously, the reason we called this meeting was to vote on a resolution of what to do with the remaining ARPA funds. I know you see on your agenda, there's a note under listening to public comments. We're not going to do that. We've spent the last 2 weeks trying to get all this together and worked hard, spent some time away from our families. We're here on New Year's Eve.
Okay, so straight off the bat, I know it's hard to hear. You cannot hear what he's saying, but I'll just fill you in. The president, which is right here, he says, you're going to see on the agenda where it says space for public comments. We're not going to do that. We've been discussing this for the last 2 weeks. We've been working hard. We're tired. We're taking time away from our families. We're here on New Year's Eve. Okay. Well, we'll continue on.
You guys are okay with it? Once this resolution, whichever way it goes, passes or fails, I'd like to adjourn and get the heck out of here. So if you guys are good with that, that's what we're gonna do. So, okay,
You're not gonna allow any public comment?
during the resolution, yes. Not the miscellaneous public comment after the resolution's passed.
Oh, now wait a minute. That's a little bit different. Back up. So they did allow, because I was like, there's no way they can do appropriations of money and not allow comment. So they allowed comment during the resolutions. They just didn't allow miscellaneous comment at the public comment. Now, I will tell you, again, I don't like this. I do not like it, because I think that they should allow public comment at all ends of the meeting. But I will tell you, with it being a special meeting, technically they have that is something that they have allowed to do. I want backing up really quickly. I saw someone comment and said, "Wait a minute, Delaware County Council meeting, Delaware County Commissioners meeting, they didn't have public comment. That's bullshit." No, they did allow for public comment. Just nobody signed up. There was nobody there that signed up to talk. So they did allow it. They technically didn't have to, because they weren't appropriating any money. They were just pushing it from one fund to another fund that had already been dealt with. But that was there. But they did even allow the public comment at the end. So he just said it. They just said it. So my question is, did somebody? Well, we'll go through here and watch this. We'll see if anyone got to speak, or if anybody wanted to.
And we had talked about it.
Man, this.
Real quick, state your name.
Yep.
Yeah, it's-
There we have a speaker.
So I want to assure the council kind of what this ask was for. It was a gap in order for us to sign the construction agreement with Star Financial Bank. They are going to do this construction loan, but we did have a gap, and this will help us to get started. We're looking to get started next month, if this is approved. And they are willing to work with us because they are partners now on
Okay, we'll see if anyone else got to speak
this
or wanted to speak.
Who can really
Yep.
help our community. As someone who has spoken. at this
Okay,
podium,
so it's
Sherilyn Horning, 46016. I, like Angie, just want to echo, since there's not public comment section tonight, just want to say a very clear statement of gratitude to any and all of you that contributed to the resolution tonight, to all the details that went into that, to other staff members that I know aren't here tonight, and other community members who expressed concerns and interest in this money getting into the hands of the folks that have been affected in really.
Comments, questions from the audience? Question been called?
Counselor Turner,
Yes.
Counselor Harless,
Yes.
Counselor Dixon,
Yes.
Counselor Freeman,
Yes.
Counselor Cole,
Yes.
Counselor Landers, Counselor Newman,
Yes.
President Stevenson.
Of course, yes. Resolution 26
so they passed this resolution. Now, I know that there are some people that are saying that this is not there are some people that are not happy with this. I don't know enough about what's going on to know, but I know that there are people that I'm normally in line with that are not happy about things that go on. So I completely understand it. But I was going to be fired up because I thought that they didn't allow any comment here. So I'm glad that they did. They didn't have a choice. I mean, I guess they could always, like Madison County, they could do whatever the hell they want, and then it's on the public to fight back. But at least they did allow the comment during, on that time. So that makes me happy. And that's good. So, yeah. It's the same thing as Madison County. There's no different. So they were able to speak. Okay, because I was told that they did not get a chance to speak. So that makes me happy. I know that there are issues here like there are everywhere, but at least they were able to speak. So that's good. Okay, I think before we get into just the craziness and the nonsense, was there one more thing? Oh, yes. Back up. We nearly forgot. Holy shit. I cannot believe it. Wait. We have, for the first time in a little bit of time, we'll have to change this tonight. I forgot. For the last time, Sproles Watch 2024. We have some Sproles Watch. Can you believe it? You knew that we couldn't get away. We were not going to be able to get away with not hearing from the sheriff, everybody's favorite maniacal madman, Sheriff John Michael Sproles. He put out a press release, and someone told me I needed to look. He put out a press release today at 5:06 p.m. All right, let's listen to this press release and see what we see, if we see anything crazy here. I know you can't see it. I'll read it to you. You can find this on social media. That's why, hey, look, that's a good time for me to do this. If you want to see all of this stuff on social media, you need to go right here and follow us, follow all of that stuff. Let me see if I do that right. Yeah. Follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Bilbrey318 or facebook.com/political spotlight 318. Notice there's no the there. So it's just political spotlight, which I absolutely hate, but it is what it is. One of these days I'm going to try to fix it, but then I would have to fix all the rebranding. So I don't know. All right, back to the Sproles Watch. So here's the deal. I'll read this to you and you can go find it on my wall. Henry County Sheriff's Office at approximately 12:02 p.m. today. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 hours between when this happened and when he posted about it. At approximately 12:02 p.m. today, I, being John M. Sproles, was made aware of a pursuit that had originated in Hamilton County and was eastbound on US Highway 36 from Madison County. I was made aware that the pursuing officers had lost sight of the suspect vehicle. Ooh, that's a no-go, because if you lose sight of them, you're really supposed to shut her down. I was advised that 2 black males, and you know how I feel about black males, reportedly fired shots at a person in Hamilton County and had fled in their vehicle. I was also advised that these 2 black men are possibly armed with an AK-47. Ooh. Local law enforcement caught up to the fleeing vehicle on US 36 at County Road 500 West in Henry County. Little did they know they were in my county now, bitches. When the suspects attempted to turn southbound onto 500 West at a high rate of speed in an attempt to elude law enforcement, the suspect lost control of the vehicle and crashed in an open field. Both black guys fled on foot in a wooded area nearby. A tight perimeter was immediately established as many officers from multiple law enforcement agencies arrived on scene to search for the suspects. A more than 3-hour in-depth search of the area was completed utilizing multiple drones and canine teams from the Henry County and Hamilton County Sheriff's offices. Approximately 50 law enforcement officers from Henry County, Madison County, Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, the Newcastle City Police Department, Middletown City Police Department, Pendleton Police Department assisted in the search. The suspects have not yet been located. They are to be considered armed and dangerous. One AK-47 was located in the vehicle. Please be vigilant and report any suspicious activity in the area by calling 911. I will be sitting by in my white robe and pointy hat. John M. Sproles, the Henry County Sheriff. Dude, like, boy, did they screw up. Here is a note for, look, listen, I'm not a fan of the bad guys, you know. I am understanding that there are a lot of people out there that don't know the Constitution, and there are a lot of law enforcement officers that do things they shouldn't be doing, but I'm still on the side of the righteous, and I'm not fans of the bad guys. But here's just a little tip for all bad guys. If you're a black bad guy, maybe don't flee yourselves into Henry County. That's not a good idea. At the same time, if you're a good guy and you happen to be black, maybe don't drive into Henry County. Not because I don't want you to go where you want. I want you to live a free life wherever you choose and have wonderful happiness and prosperity. But don't go to Henry County. I'm white, and I try to not go to Henry County if at all possible. And my ass is there a lot, and it's no good. So that's the story. Of course, John Sproles had to be involved in that. You know he was out there. I don't even know what he was doing, but you know he was there. And you know what I'm really disappointed about? I'm disappointed that they actually found an AK-47, because that seems like something that Sproles would just say, meaning all guns that go pop, 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 pop. What's not true? Hey, we don't know, man. Look, they've just not reported they've been found. No, I don't know. I'm still saying going to Henry County. Hopefully, I'm white myself, and Henry County is off my bucket list. If you are a living, breathing person and Henry County is on your bucket list, you maybe need to check yourself. So I don't know. Lock your doors, lock up tight. And let me tell you, folks, this is why I'm going to say in this non-endorsed, non-sponsored show at the moment that it's probably not a bad idea for you to hit up your nearest, what's that gun store called? Come on here real quick. Tell me what that gun store is called. Shot. Winchester Buckshot. What's the gun store called?
Triggers.
I knew it was something.
Used to be Buckshot. Now
okay,
it's
yeah,
Trigger.
yeah. That's the tricky thing. So it's Triggers, outdoor sports, and things. They've got a store in Winchester. They've got a store in Newcastle. They probably won't be there tomorrow, but they'll be there Thursday.
Yep.
And then they've also got a store in Greenville,
Ohio.
Where else?
Just the three.
Okay, just those three. So Winchester, Newcastle, and Greenville, Ohio. So if you want
Hi, Jack.
If you want to make sure that you're safe from black or white guys or Asian women that might be prowling around your property in Newcastle or anywhere else, go to Trigger Outdoor Sports and other things.
Well, I went down today to take Tia's lunch.
Yeah.
And walked in, and he was in the middle of the sale and packing up a very nice looking saw.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, you know, a saw.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Of the pew variety.
Yeah, right.
Gotta be careful.
But it wasn't an AK-47?
It was not an AK-47.
I hate that they actually found
have
them.
some AK-47 style weapons there that are available for sale. But no.
Listen, I just, there are a lot of people that don't know anything about guns. The first thing they do is everything is an assault rifle, and then next thing is everything is an AK-47. And it's not. Most things are not.
Usually it's just because it's got some kind of really big mag sticking out the bottom.
Yeah, right. And, you know, some mags go back this way, some mags go this way. You know, we're all made differently, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Is that all you needed me for?
Yeah, that's all I needed. Thank you very much. I just needed to know the name of trigger. I was going to say buckshot, but I imagine it would have got you there. Uh-oh, let me see. Is there? Oh, hold on. Wait, so do I put, I just now saw your private chat. Do I put this up at New Year's or now? Anytime? I'm hearing that we have a...
Catherine just said that it was her gift to everyone for New Year's. So
okay,
I suppose you can do with it as you please.
All right. I guess let me ask Catherine. Catherine, am I supposed to put your message up now or wait till midnight? What are you saying? Put it up now? Are you okay with me putting it up now? In case we don't make it to midnight? Yes. Okay. Put it up now. All right. Here we go. Here is a message from Catherine. Oh, and also, I got word from Audie Barber to tell you all. Man, this is a truly year in review last night of the year show. All right, here we go. To everyone I offended this year, work on yourself so I don't have to do it again next year. Oh, I love it. I love it. I think that's fantastic. Oh my God. That's amazing. I love that. That's funny. So, well, good. Yeah, thank you for that, Catherine. To everyone I offended this year, work on yourself so I don't have to do it again next year. What? A t-shirt. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, that would be right. That's funny. Okay, so I read the message from Henry County. That's went out. A bunch of people sent that to me today. I know, was there something else? Make it yeah, I should. Oh, he said KC, which makes me think. Let me ask you this. I've got some exciting news. Have any of you watched Kate? Listen to me. You've got to watch this. How many episodes is it? It's short because I binged watched it all in one night. Let me see. How many of you have watched? It's been on for a minute. Let me see where it is. Right here. How many episodes? Episodes. 1, 2. Oh, there's only 3 episodes. That's nothing. How many people of you have watched this? I'm going to play a trailer for you all. And good thing everybody's watching live because I don't know if this will get us.
Well, to be honest, it may not get us here on YouTube, but Facebook is going to get us.
Facebook, damn. I know.
Losing their minds.
That stupid crap. It's
like,
funny.
What revenue? What revenue sharing?
Yeah, on Facebook. Yeah, that's so.
Anything on Facebook.
That is so nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, all
3
right.
episodes is not a binge, though. Just
no, I just
here.
I thought it was like I thought it was like 7 or 8, but all right. Tell me if you have seen this. No, I know you've not probably yet, but you need to watch this. And I'll tell you why here in a minute. Have any of you watched this? Okay, we made the jump. Let me make sure this is good. Okay, watch this trailer. Right. Here we go.
Police say their investigation began from an anonymous tip.
I told the FBI we have a strange individual.
I had the most controversial story in the entire state of Mississippi and possibly the entire country. My mama raised me on Jesus, Elvis, and cornbread, and yes, in that order. I had a peaceful, nice life. But one person hated me and made my life a living hell. James Everett Dusky, a karate instructor in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Dusky?
Dusky.
We called him douchebag.
I'm Jay Everett Dusky, and I approve this message.
I could have never dreamed how it turned into such a scandal.
This is my rival enemy, stalking every move I made.
Suck it, Kevin.
This thing became a war.
My neighbor called "Your house is on fire."
These two had a Napoleonic syndrome, little men trying to be big.
I said, "Quit stalking me, bitch."
I have nothing to do with this.
Are you having an affair with my wife?
Maybe we crossed the line.
How far will this go?
We're following new developments in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Who mailed poison-filled letters to the President of the United States?
A Mississippi congressman and U.S. Senator targeted.
He'll be charged with an attempt to kill the President of the United States.
During my 25 years in the Bureau, I've described this case as the craziest in my career.
Some of our people are very insane.
He shot my dog with a tranquilizer. My little moo cow.
Did they find anything suspicious? Everybody has something suspicious in their house.
How do you go from a feud with a former friend to sending ricin to the President of the United States?
That's a bad no-no.
I still don't even understand all of it.
Of an elephant was shot in a drive-by shooting.
I just found a severed head.
He is said to be an Elvis impersonator, obsessed with conspiracies.
Welcome to Mississippi, where things are different.
All right. So have any of you watched this? Let me go back over here to the comments and see. Has anybody watched this? Has anybody seen this on Netflix? If you have not watched this, watch it immediately. Maybe turn this show off and go watch it. I'm fine with that. You can come back tomorrow. If you have not seen this, watch it. So let me tell you what this is. Tupelo, Mississippi is where Elvis was born. And I've been there once before. And they're freaks. Like, it's not... it's like a whole nother planet. All right. It's very, 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 very bizarre. Well, they, I said when I went to Texas for the first time, I got there and you could tell when you went into Texas, because before you're in Texas, when you're in another state driving to Texas and you pass like all the Walmarts that have the American flag, and they've got the Walmart flag, and then they've got the state flag, and then they've got the American flag. And then you get right over into the line of Texas, and they've got the Walmart flag flying low. then the American flag, and then the Texas flag flying above the American flag, because in Texas, America is under Texas. It's just the way it is. Well, that's how Tupelo, Mississippi is. The king, Elvis is just like he has been number one all these years, and everybody's an Elvis freak. Well, so I know they're weird down there because I've been there, and so I watched the show, and it's a crime mystery. It's like it's a documentary based around these people, and it's called The Kings of Tupelo. It's a play on word for a couple of reasons. There's a couple of Elvis impersonators in it, obviously, but every one of the characters that you meet is like larger than life and is like thinks they're the king in their own right. And it's a mystery. It's for people who like the government. It's a government conspiracy. It is a conspiracy talking about like body parts and tissue, donor stuff. Catherine, you ought to watch it. I think you'd find it interesting. And then it involves the Ricin attack that happened back in 2013 that I absolutely remember when all that happened. And the main guy that's talking, his name is Paul. What is his name? Paul Kevin Curtis is his name. I watched this, and he like fights like local corruption. He's a kind of conspiracy nut. Well, I got done watching the show, and I was like, this dude's like a hoot. I'm going to like see if he's on Facebook. And I found him on Facebook, not like a fan search, but I like it's his actual Facebook post, his actual account. And so I sent him a message and I said, hey, just want to let you know, I don't know if this is you or if it's somebody else. I watched this and it was pretty entertaining. If this is really you, I would be interested in having you on the podcast. And because I've seen where he started to make all these podcast circuits now since this has been out since December 11th. And wouldn't you know it, that dude actually messaged me back. I messaged him, said, hey, brother, your story is amazing. I have a show, blah, blah, blah. If you'd be interested, let me know. And I sent this to him on Saturday. And he messaged me tonight and says, thank you for reaching out to me. I apologize. I'm just now getting back to you. But I have kind of been inundated here lately with messages. Your message went into a spam folder. I will be doing a live performance tonight on Instagram and Facebook Live. Check it out. Happy New Year, KC. And he says, we can definitely talk about me coming on your show. I would love to do that. Send me an email and we can go over the details. He then lets me know that he is hosting in 2025. He's going to be hosting a justice banquet, and he will be renting out a building, supplies and food, refreshments, and live entertainment. And he will then be handing over the microphone to content creators and people who would be there, people who've been fighting out, whatever. And he would be, he was asking me if I'd be interested. I said, hell yeah, let me know. So one day here real soon into 2025, he's going to be coming on. But I'm telling you, if you want to prep yourself for that show, you're going to want to go watch this. And I'm telling you, it will hook you. Because I was like, I don't know. I didn't know what it was. And I just was flipping around and kind of got bored. And I was like, all right, yeah, we'll try it. Because I like documentaries. And it's definitely well worth a watch. And I guess we're going to have him on. We're going to be talking about the conspiracy. He was arrested by the FBI, spent like a week in prison, in jail, while they were trying to charge him with sending ricin to President Obama. And it's definitely an interesting story. So yeah, hell, I would love to have lunch with that dude. He's a character. So I said, hell yeah, that'll be awesome. So yeah, check that out because we'll be interviewing him in the new year. You can be on the show, but you got to watch it. And it would be important because the conspiracy surrounds the medical field. So that it would be really good. You need to watch it, Catherine, because the conspiracy, I'm not, it won't divulge anything. The conspiracy starts when he is he has a cleaning business and he cleans all these businesses. Like you see these people go in and clean banks, after hours. And he got a contract, his business. He was the largest cleaning company in that district of Mississippi. And they got the contract for the hospital in the area. And their large area hospital. And he was in the hospital. He went to their Christmas party. And while he went into the Christmas party, they told him that a drain in the morgue was backed up. And so he went to go take care of this drain. And while he was in the morgue, he found a person's head severed and in a refrigerator. And so it goes from there. So, your expertise could definitely be used. That would be a very interesting conversation to have you on, Catherine. So yeah, go check that out. It's called The Kings of Tupelo, and it's on Netflix. I don't know if it streams anywhere else, but it's definitely on Netflix. So check that out. Okay, that wraps up the last thing that I needed to talk to you all about of importance. I think, was there one more thing? Let me see.
You had an audio update.
Oh yes, the audio update. So I talked to him. I was at my grandparents' house. That brings me up to a grandfather update first. They came out and pulled the plugs out of him, the pins out of the pick out of his arm. I'm done giving him medicine every day. Thank God. That is such a miracle that he is over that. He's now on to taking the antibiotics by mouth for the next 2 months. I don't know, honestly, how they haven't given him C. diff with all the antibiotics that he's been on, but he's been eating a bunch of yogurt. So I'm sure that's keeping him good. But anyway, I was over there the other day while we were waiting for them to take the pick out of his arm, and Audie called me. Audie has been working all these weird hours and doing all this stuff. So he's been watching the show a lot in the morning as he goes in. Like when he goes in, that's why he's not been on in the evenings. He watches it in the morning time. And I told him, I said, hey, my grandparents miss seeing you on the show, hearing your comments or popping on. He said, well, I took a couple meetings off, which he did take a break from going to get council meetings. He just watched them from home. He didn't go to the last meeting or the one before. He said, I'm going to start going back to this next one in January. So on Monday, we'll have a council meeting Monday the 6th. And then after the council meeting, Audie will be on the show with us doing the recount as he does normally. And then we'll get back to every month he'll come on and do the recap with us. So that will that will be good. we'll see Audie again in the flesh. He's been doing well, been working a lot of time, been working a lot of hours, and doing all of that. So he still checks in, still watches the show. It's just normally in the morning when he's driving to work. So he's always a couple of hours behind everybody else. I'll send you the link, Catherine. And then, the other thing I was going to tell everybody. So I talked about it the other day. I'm going to try. It'll either be this weekend or next. But I'm going to try. I've got it plotted out. I think I got what I want in the way of how I want to do this, but I'm really, really, really close to pulling the pin on making the new setup. I wanted to try to have it done by the first of the year, but there just was no way with me getting to feel like blah. So either this weekend, or if it's not done this weekend, it will definitely be done by next weekend. I'm going to have very soon, within the next week and a half, we'll have a new studio. I'll be coming to you from a different place. That stuff won't be behind me, and we'll have a little bit different setup. So I've got the area ready, and I think it'll be good. It doesn't add anything to you guys. It just looks a little bit better than having all my records behind me. Yeah, it'll be amazing. So I've been trying a couple things out, and I think we're just about ready to pull it and get it done. So it's time to shit or get off the pot with it. So that's that. Now, let me see here. You better have a rubber bastard rat on your desk. You know what? That's funny that you mentioned that. I need to next weekend is how frequently do they do that? And you're going to say 4 times a year? Okay. That makes sense. I was going to say, I was like, she's going to tell me they do that once a year, and I'm going to be like, there's no way. They definitely do that more than man, that seems like they do it like every other weekend. That's crazy. Okay, now I want to show you. I don't think Tweety Bird's even here, but I want to show you this thing that have you guys ever seen this?
Wait a second.
Yeah.
You were talking about the rubber bastard rat.
Well,
you're like, oh, funny you mentioned that.
Oh, yeah.
And then wandered off into something else.
Yeah, sorry.
Do you have a rubber bastard rat?
Yeah, not a bastard rat, but what it made me think of was I have the Halloween, like when they have like the fake leg that's like a rubber leg, looks like it's been chopped off or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they have like rubber bats, and I have a rat that is rubber and like thick. Like if you hit somebody with it, it would hurt, but it's probably about that long. And I used to have it back here in this pile of shit. But I think that when my nephew and niece came here the last time they were here, I think he got it. So I don't. It's not. But that got me thinking. You know those? What are those? Do your boys have any of those? What are they? Yeah, that's what it is. It's like a Halloween rat. That's exactly what it is, life size. But you know what those toys are? A lot of people collect them. What are they called? Funko Pops. You know what that is?
Yeah, I know what those are.
Can't you send off a picture? Can't you get a Funko Pop created?
Yeah, I think you can have a custom Funko Pop made.
That's what I thought. It would be cool to get like this thing
as a Funko Pop.
Yeah. I might see how much that would cost, what it would need to do. Obviously, its arms wouldn't be up. I know. Well, that's exactly what happens.
You need to rename it Welcome to 2025 and Kristopher's ADHD.
Yeah. That's what happens when I don't really have a show planned. And I'm like, oh, we could talk about this. Oh, we could talk about this. Oh, we could talk about this. Because I knew I had those 4 topics. And then I thought, all right, that's it. But yeah, that would be cool. Let me see. Let me go up here. Stay up there just 1 second because I'm off screen. Funko Pop custom.
Like funk. Not Funkle.
Yeah. Who said that?
Karen. Funkle.
Oh,
Pop?
yeah. No, it's
Funk.
Yeah.
O.
FN. Yeah.
FUNKO. Funko.
I'll pull it up on the screen here and show y'all.
They're like
Create
giant heads.
Yeah. You'll know what this is as soon as you see it. This thing. These things.
Yep. Giant head, tiny little body.
Like this. What is that? What's this guy? Who's that? And you're supposed to be able to tell like what they are, but I can't hardly, unless it's like Superman and he's wearing the Superman clothes, I can't ever tell who they are. You know, like, I don't know who this guy is. How the hell would you know? You're like, oh, it's that guy. All right, let me see. Create gift. Okay, here we are.
How about the little ones where you squeeze them and their eyeballs pop out? That could be fun too.
Pop yourself. Pep your pop and hype your team. Pop yourself 2-pack. Mr. and Mrs. I don't need that. Okay, customize now.
Oh, Lord.
Get started. Single pop. Wait a minute. How many would 2 be? Two-pack. Get started. Is it a boy?
No. Oh, I would assume.
What color is it?
I don't know. I think probably like the medium dark.
Is it this or this?
No, I guess he's more pasty than that. I put him on the screen.
You know, hold on, let me look.
What do you guys think?
Wow.
What's the skin tone of the naked mole rat?
He's not black, I guess.
No.
I guess that color. Does he have lashes? No lashes? That would make him a girl. Next. No.
Well, he definitely doesn't have hair.
He doesn't have hair. Doesn't have glasses.
Okay, and we have consensus. The skin tone is the light.
Okay, all right. That's good. He doesn't have a shirt either. What the hell?
There you go. Black t-shirt.
This one here or this one?
The short sleeve.
Okay. Oh my God.
Well, what you need are some nude colored tights or leggings. That's a little closer, I suppose.
This?
Yeah, the tan, because it
Tan
kind of blends
pants.
into his skin.
Yeah. Featured. I thought that you'd be able to put in a picture and they would create the damn thing.
Well, we haven't gotten that far yet. Maybe.
No picture, no feature. No feature, no feature. Second accessory, no on the second.
No, okay, so we don't want the buddy. We want the buddy to be the dude.
Yeah, right. Could you make me an animal Funko Pop?
Well, I mean, they obviously sell them. They have that foxy thing at the front.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no,
yeah.
that Chihuahua would be close.
Where's the Chihuahua?
Go up
Here?
one more. One more.
Oh, my God.
Look at that.
We'll add this just to see what happens.
See, it's just this little thing. It's no fun.
Oh, my God. No, we don't need a fuck. What's his name? Bastard?
Little bastard.
Oh, my God.
So I think you would need to go to like Etsy or Etsy.
Etsy.
Etsy and get one done.
You know what would be good? Is maybe get him made. Well, Funko Pop's out. Maybe get him made. Have you ever seen those pillows that you can get made of look like it looks realistically like your dog?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think where I've seen it on Facebook, but it would be, we could send in, I could send in a picture of him and see if they could create like that, but it wouldn't be like, I like the idea of having like the bobblehead. Surely, I think the other thing, email and ask if they can do your rat. That would be a good idea, puppy. I could either email them or whatever you said. What was it that you said?
Etsy.
Etsy. Yeah, Etsy does a lot of weird shit. Etsy.
But you're going to pay through the nose for that one.
Well, of course. Cut and paste. Yeah, that sucks. Well, did I ever? I was.
Well, shit, you could order, get the fabric, design the fabric, and just print it on fabric.
Yeah.
And you could sew it back onto it and turn it into a pillow.
Right.
Or a little stuffed animal thing.
Let's see. What is it called?
Etsy?
No. What kind of animal is he?
It's a naked mole rat.
Naked?
Yeah.
Mole
rat
doll. No way.
You have to share now. You can't just sit there and laugh and leave us all looking at us.
I am definitely buying this right now. Here we go. This was definitely a good thing. Let me get it. Look at this shit.
Well, I would if you put it on the screen.
Here it goes.
Oh my God. Then he just needs a shirt.
Dude. My mom could make him a shirt. What do you think about that?
That's horrifying. It's perfect.
And that's perfect. Yeah, that looks just like that creature. He's just not sitting. That's fine. I'm getting it. Did you see how much it cost?
Mm-mm.
$8, $9, $8.99. Why would this be a thing?
I don't know.
Mouse rat.
But look at this one.
Uh-oh. Oh my God. That one's like soft.
Mm-hmm. He's plushy.
A plush.
I don't know how plush a naked mole rat should be, but
yeah, right. Wild Republic naked mole rat plush stuffed animal plush toy gift for kids. Cuddlekins 8 inches. Yeah, you can hand them out as awards. Yeah, dude, they're not much. That is amazing. And we just have to flip his shirt like put.
His shirt would have to go on backwards.
Yeah.
Or you'd have to find a way to make him stand. Same with that guy.
Let me see what. Yeah, yeah. Oh, did you take that down? Oh, there's one.
So this one looks more mole ratty.
Ooh, yeah. Fiesta toy snugglies, naked mole rat stuffed animal toy.
He looks more naked.
Ooh.
Mole ratty.
Prairie dog. What? Oh, there's the yes. There he is.
Yeah, the picture that we used without the shirt.
That they kindly gave us. Kate went out and took that picture.
Mm-hmm.
She found a naked mole rat out in her yard.
Yeah.
What does this thing say? What's that shirt say underneath his shirt? See that black shirt? What does it say?
Fashion model.
Fashion model. That's hilarious. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, the plush one you could probably get a doll stand and stand it up.
Oh yeah, that would be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The other thing.
Or you get a 2-liter soda bottle and you cut the bottom off.
Yeah.
And just stuff him up inside it and stick it on the counter. And then it keeps the dust off of him.
Yeah, yeah. Stick it up inside him. This is going to hurt me as much as it hurts you. This hurts me more than it hurts you.
Or cut a hole in its butt and fill it with beanbags. Oh, just get Sheriff Sproles. Tell him you need the naked mole rat shot in the ass. I mean, we'll color him black for the day.
Yeah, right.
And it'll be fine.
I thought it was black. I guess it doesn't make sense because he doesn't have hair.
Naked.
I thought it was his hair. Yeah, right. That's
maybe they come in different colors.
A dark naked,
like a dark naked mole rat, a light naked mole rat.
Dark naked mole rat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do they come in different colors?
No.
Aw.
Nope, that's it.
Oh, we still have the mugs. Go to go on the YouTube description. You'll find the link to the merch shop.
It's there. Yeah.
Yep. The naked mole rat is there.
It is definitely there. Let me see. It's somewhere down here. Unless
I don't think we've ever done quite such a sporadic show.
no, I think the last time was probably this time last year.
Probably. Probably.
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah, there's the merch.
Bit.ly /spotlight_merch. bit.ly.
And we never push the merch.
Yeah. Buy it or don't.
Right.
Watch the show. That's all that matters to me. You don't even have to watch. Just share it.
Yeah, just share it. And give us the finger. That helps with,
It
helps with the algorithms.
Somebody messaged me. I don't know if I should say this. Well, I'm not gonna say who, and I don't know what to expect about this. But somebody messaged me last night and said, hey dude, what's your address? I have a last minute Christmas gift I forgot to send your way. Okay. So I gave this person my address and I said, are you going to anthrax me? And they laughed. They didn't say no. They laughed. And I said, well, now I'm curious. LOL. I don't get much in the mail. This will be fun. All my bills are auto pay, a direct bank internet bullshit. This person said, it might take a few days. By the way, I ended up having to order it online since I couldn't find it in any local stores. It'll be shipped, but it's coming to you. I said, oh my God, no worries. Well, now I'm going to have to get you a late Christmas present in return. And I was like, was it Ed Carroll? No, it was not Ed Carroll. But it'll be interesting to see what this is, because the reason I'm not saying who this is because it might be like a really good, well, no. It's strange that this person is sending me a gift. I guess I shouldn't say that. It's nice. Hey, look, right here. There's your political spotlight mug. I'm sure I could. Was that just on there? Did you just go click there? I'm sure I could probably way improve some of the art too. Like now, because we have like some actual better. We had all this wonderful merchandise, and then the last show ended abruptly, and so then we just threw some shit together. But we now have a whole host of artwork. I could probably get on there and play with it. But no, this person sends this to me, and I'm not like, this is great. I love this. This would be amazing. I love weird off-the-wall surprises. I could not even begin to think what this person is sending me, because while I know of this person and this person knows me, we are not like, it sounds shitty for me to say like we're not friends, because I consider I'm friends with everybody. I'm friends with that person. So yeah, we're friendly, but we don't like hang out. We didn't go to school together. I never knew this. The reason I know this person is through politics and stuff, and through doing this. And so I can't even begin to imagine what this person is going to send me. And so I'm really like, this is the most excited I have ever been to get something. And it doesn't matter. It could be the smallest, most insignificant off the wall thing. The fact that somebody went through the trouble, like I love the thoughtfulness of whatever this is, however weird or bizarre it is. I love shit like that. And so this stuff is really good. I can't wait to see. And I said, now I've got to get you something. And I know I have the perfect idea of what I would get this person, which is weird because we don't truly know each other. This is so weird. This is so weird. No, it's not Mike Jones. I don't know how to describe. When I get this, I'll tell you who this is, and a lot of you will be like, "What?" And I don't mean that. Yeah. I will. I absolutely do that. We'll do the opening, and then that way, if it's something like weird, I mean, I know it's not going to be like, it's not something bad. It's not going to be like embarrassing or anything like that, because just of knowing who this person is. But I just, for the life of me, cannot begin to tell you what this person would be getting me. And that'll be weird. Stubblefoot. or at least if it did, hopefully they're included. That'll be interesting. So that happened. That message came in. I think maybe yesterday or maybe this morning. Yeah. Yesterday or this morning. That message came in. So we'll do that on the show next year whenever that comes in. On a serious note, did I ever go over the email did I even send that to you? The letter that the Randolph County Prosecutor's Office sent me when I asked about Joshua and his deal. So I don't know if I told everybody or not. Google rat bobblehead. Uh-oh, hold on, pause. Google rat bobblehead. Rat bobblehead. Hold on, I did something stupid. Rat bobblehead. Rat bobblehead. Oh my God. Wait a minute. What am I looking at here? Which one am I supposed to be?
Look for Rufus.
Rufus
bobblehead. Rufus is one of the characters from Kim Possible. I know you don't watch cartoons. And Rufus is a naked mole rat.
Oh yeah, I remember we talked about that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like this.
So Rufus bobblehead. He's probably going to have some kind of weird hat on.
Like a Mexican hat?
Oh, a sombrero, yeah.
Sombrero?
Mm-hmm.
I even said it kind of...
Ooh.
Yeah.
Appropriating again.
I didn't do that. That's how it came out.
Look for Rufus. Okay, here he goes. We've got it now.
I love this guy. I remember when we made this. Look at this guy. Oh man, I would love to. It's Kim Possible's not a show anymore, is it? I think it's off. Yeah, that's great. So what I need to do is get Rufus toys. Oops. Kim Possible. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Absolutely. Dude. Here's one. What's on repeat?
The show. I think you can still watch Kim Possible.
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, thank you for that, puppy. That's a weird name to call somebody. Puppy. I don't know if I show you this. I'm going to show you this real quick before I show you. I'm going to show you this serious thing really quickly before I get into these videos. This rabbit hole that Tweety Bird sent me down. Okay, right here. So I sent out a pretty scathing email. Scathing, I say that because I'm pretty friendly with Dave Dally. Dave and I have gotten along for a long time. I know that there are a lot of people that are unhappy with things that he has done. Yeah, I get it. I understand why they are. I get what he's tired. He's done. He needs to bow out and just go on into retirement. But let me pull this up here because I want to tell you guys about this email. Oh my God! Of course. Okay, Joshua Kimbrell. Who's that asshole that was on here? Surely that couldn't have been Brandon. There's no way that could have been Brandon. I don't think he would have been that stupid. I just don't think that would have. But he seemed to get awfully butthurt around all that Brandon stuff. That was weird. Okay, so look at this. I don't understand what's going on here. So here's the case summary. And as I noticed, and his ex-wife noticed, there are only 3 charges here now. Okay? Level 1, child molest, where defendant is at least 21 years of age. And 2 level 4s, child molesting, fondling, or touching with child under 14. Okay, I only see 3 charges. So, and then, as I stated, and I think I said this to you guys last time we talked about this, I did not like the fact that at the last hearing, the special judge appeared by phone to conduct a final pretrial conference. State appeared by David Dally. Defendant appeared in person by counsel, Sam Beasley. State will file amended information today. Okay, well, I've not seen that amended information. Jury trial will remain set for the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. However, counsel for defendant has conflict on January 22nd. Now, I got ruffled about this last time because they said the judge told them, do not set anything for these dates. There will be no more continuances. To me, if a judge tells you or I something and we don't follow that order, we're going to be found in contempt of court. But oh no, Sam Beasley gets to come back and say, well, I have a conflict on the 22nd. Too bad. We're starting without you. So what he said was, all right, we're going to go ahead and do court on the 23rd and 24th. We're going to go longer those days, and we're going to be here until it's done. So hopefully, court that was supposed to take 3 days can get over in 2 days. I mean, I don't know what they're going to have to really bust ass. But this is what kills me. Counsel for defendant has 2 weeks in which to consider and or file plea agreement or request a continuance if needed. Don't say that. Don't say that. And also, that was on the 19th. Okay, so that was Thursday the 19th. That means his 2 weeks is up Thursday. So we'll know in 2 days whether or not I'm going to be really mad, because I have the belief that they're going to continue this one more time. I told Danielle that I don't believe this goes to court before February or March. And I just hope that's not the case. So I got myself ruffled up enough about it that I sent an email to the prosecutor's office the other day. I sent this on the 23rd. And I said, Mr. Dowley, concerning the state v. Joshua Kimbrell, where did all the charges on Josh go? Why does the CCS state the following? Counsel for the defendant has 2 weeks to consider and or file a plea agreement or request continuance if needed. I thought the judge said there would be no more continuance. Why does this seem like it's all been a setup for another continuance? This case seems so backward compared to any other criminal prosecution with defendants charged with child molestation that I've ever been a part of. I just have an awful feeling about all of this. I hope I'm wrong. Also, on a completely unrelated note, what is Louis Galligan's current situation? Last I heard, he was heading back to the States and then back to Randolph County. What is the time frame for this? Okay. So I received back correspondence from first it was sent to me through Amy Rogers, who I believe is the office manager for the prosecutor's office. And Dowley sent me the following letter. This letter says, Mr. Bilbrey, regarding Joshua Kimbrell, the charges have not gone anywhere. As of December 19th, he's facing 6 felony counts. He is? That's interesting. I mean, I only see 3, but maybe they've got them hidden in his office somewhere. So I don't know what that is. So he says he's facing 6 felony counts. Okay. He goes on to say all criminal cases have possible resolutions that include plea agreements. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I'm aware. While many cases do not get resolved with plea agreements, the reality is that most do. I have made it a practice to not discuss plea agreements or plea negotiations, which I understand. I'm not asking him to discuss any plea agreements or negotiations. The reason can be found in the fact
I have it in the overlays for you.
What?
Split so people can see it.
Oh, good. Cool. Oops. Okay. The reason can be found in the fact that the rules of professional conduct 3.6 and rule 3.8F direct attorneys and prosecutors from making comments that would imply guilt on the part of a defendant or influence the defendant's right to a fair and impartial jury. While he remains charged, Joshua Kimbrell is presumed innocent and will remain presumed to be innocent until or after the case is resolved. Clearly, I'm very aware of that. Confirming the existence of a plea agreement or plea negotiation might create the belief that the defendant is guilty before the case is resolved. Again, he's telling me answers to questions that I've not asked. I do not believe that this case will be continued. That being said, I've seen cases continued for unexpected reasons. So while I do not see a continuance, I never say never. This case is unusual in that we have a special judge that requires coordinating two separate courts and their respective calendars, that being Randolph Superior Court and Blackford Circuit Court judge body. All parties are trying to get this worked out, which is why we agreed to start the trial on January 23rd and run late if necessary to complete the trial in 2 days instead of the original start date of January 22nd and allowing for the 3 days. So there's not much there. He answered no questions, which is frustrating. But that's how Dave is. I get it. With respect to Mr. Galligan, the state's charges still remain intact, which I'm aware of. There's still an outstanding warrant, which I'm aware of. The extradition proceedings are still in progress, which I'm aware of. Those matters are being handled by the United States Attorney's Office, Southern Indiana District. I am not aware of any problems or setbacks in those proceedings, which I didn't say that. I was just asking if he knew where we stood. I am told that it takes a while and that I should be patient. When a defendant is returned to the U.S. through these extradition proceedings, he will be brought back to the state and county where local charges are pending. I do not have a time frame for those events. I do remain patient, and I'm resolved to prosecute Mr. Galligan when he returns. I would state that Mr. Galligan is presumed innocent until or after the case is resolved. David Dolly. Okay, great. I mean, basically, that was just a bunch of nothing. I understand that's how Dave is. It is what it is. I guess, I mean, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th will be here soon enough. And we'll find out, I guess. I guess we'll find out. I don't know. I'm frustrated. I know that the victims are frustrated. I know that Danielle's frustrated in everything that's going on, and it is what it is. Like, however mad that we are at Josh and however horrible what he did is, he still has the right to everything that we would hope that we were afforded if we were facing some kind of criminal charge that we were not guilty of. Ted Bundy, it's the same thing. That dude that came in here earlier, it's so stupid. People are like, "Oh, you were friends with a pedophile." Get out of here. Get lost. Like, are you for real? Like, and Ted Bundy was just another person until he wasn't. And, John Wayne Gacy was just another clown until he was also a clown that was, killing and molesting and burying little boys under the floor, So it's like nobody truly knows. I didn't go over and engage with Josh after the charges came out. I didn't turn Josh in prior to him turning himself in because I didn't know that he was doing what he did. If I ever had any kind of inkling that Josh was doing anything remotely like what he was doing, the very first thing that I would have done would have been to call the local city police, the sheriff's department, the state police. I would have told anybody and everybody possible what he was doing. I would have done whatever I could to have made sure that any of those victims were safe and sound. I would not have been a part of that. I would not have engaged myself. I would not have, I feel bad for that because, in my part, like Brandon and Kate, they were like my people. And I feel like I got involved with Josh and I vouched for Josh with these other people who they certainly wouldn't have been involved with him if they knew what he was doing or whatever. And so, but we had kind of exited that whole picture anyways, and we weren't involved with Josh. Hell, the day that all of that shit happened, I had been calling him to try and get in touch with him to tell him to back off of what he was doing down in Newcastle, because he was just making himself look dumb. Because, and this is the hard part, right? So some of the things that he was doing were good and admirable, and I'm stumbling over that, admirable, and I was supportive of things that he was doing, and I backed him, and I would still say those things are good. Some of those things I didn't agree with. I didn't agree. John Sproles is an idiot, and I would argue any of those things that Josh was arguing with him, but I thought Josh was approaching it in a way that didn't quite make sense. The second time that Josh went over there, where Josh was too afraid to walk through the door and have Sproles arrest him, Sproles knew he had Josh. At that point, Josh let Sproles know and let me know that it wasn't about the point. It was about the clicks and views. So Josh was just going to keep going over there and having a battle with him outside of the going in and making a spectacle, and just so he could get over there and yell and carry on. That's not serving the purpose. And that's the problem I always had with Josh. That's the whole fight that we had. Josh is like, I knew you. I knew you were, we don't want the same things. I was like, no, dude, we just have different ways of approaching it. And I don't know that going and yelling and screaming and, cursing at a 80-year-old woman just because you can, I don't think that solves anything. And so there were issues that we had with Josh long before even the child molestation stuff came out. And we had went our separate ways. We broke up the platform. We didn't have the show anymore. He did his thing. We did our thing. Josh went to, Josh turned himself in on the 29th of December. When was it? I think the 29th of December is when he turned himself in. And, we had went different directions in August. So it's like, there had been months of space between us. But I think it's laughable anytime someone's like, oh, you were part of the, I got to hear that shit. That's stupid. Let me see when this was. Yeah, December 29th. December 29th. That's crazy. So he's been in there exactly 1 year and 1 day. But he's in it. Because remember, folks, he only needs to pay. What's his bond? $70,000. So $7,000. So he would need to pay $7,000. He only needs to raise $7,000 to bond out of jail. If I was innocent, I would have bonded out of jail long ago. And like, I know people's like, I don't have the means. Look, you beg, borrow, steal, call anybody you can because you can't fight for your freedom while you're in jail. The bottom line is, if I was innocent, I also wouldn't have walked in to a law enforcement office and told a bunch of cops that I had been doing some crime. Remember, the police weren't after Josh for this. Nobody came forward and reported that Josh had committed a crime other than Josh. Josh is the person who walked in and reported that he had been committing a crime. So it is what it is. I don't know. Hey, we've got 10 minutes, folks. 10 minutes, and then we're done with this nonsense. Let me see here. Let me pull up this New Year's. Might as well. I was getting ready to end it and just say, to hell with it, but we might as well write it out. 10 more minutes. New Year's Eve party. New Year's Eve. Let's see. Watching this shit live because I'm gonna have to turn the volume down because they're playing music. I'm not gonna get a strike because of the Black Eyed Peas. I'll tell you that much right now. So anybody have any big New Year's resolutions? Any big New Year's resolutions? I'm gonna tell you, the politics here in Delaware County. It's heating up. There's people. There are literally people that are moving and shaking like as early as last week. Again, yesterday, and I think a couple people are meeting tonight to talk about running for various spots in Delaware County's next election, which is 2026. There is no election next year. Next year's an off year, but I guess we need to stop saying that. Next year is a planning year. Next year there's no election, but it's when the planning needs to happen. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love to see that Catherine says to continue to keep officials accountable. You know it. You know it. You know it. We need to get you back on the show. Maybe Sunday or Tuesday. Look and see which day you'd be good for coming on. Sunday or Tuesday, Catherine. We'll have you on. Or you're not going to be here. Never mind. Yeah. Oh, tell me what those are. What are your predictions? Did you post them somewhere? Because I will go through those. They hold off prosecuting because they know that's how judges and lawyers get the most money. Absolutely. Absolutely. Heather, that's exactly right. So tell me what your predictions are. Waiting for them to ask all the... What are you talking about? Waiting for them to ask all the swearing in. Or you mean post? What are you saying? The biggest one is who will lead the Madison County Council in 2025. Who are you thinking? So who do you think's going to lead it? I just don't see there being any way that it's going to be Green, man. I just don't see any way that it's being Green. He might want it, but I don't see that they're going to do that. I say it's going to be. I say Likens. I say it's going to be Likens, man. And I'm telling you, she is going to be. She'll have a meltdown because I agree she can't handle it. But until she has that meltdown, she is going to be worse than Ben. Yep. If she's the president, I absolutely agree she will have a meltdown. But she will absolutely be worse than Ben Gale. There's no question. Oh, dude. Yeah, that's going to be so wild. She'll get up and walk out of every meeting. That would be so amazing. You know, there was a time that they ended like 3 monthly city council meetings before it was ready, before they were supposed to, because like people had taken the meeting over, rightfully so. And they good times, man. Good times. Yeah, she won't be able to take it. I can't wait to see what goes on down in Henry County, because what happens here in 3 minutes is the citizens down there lose Bobby Plummer as commissioner, and they're going to be gaining Susan Hoon. And Susan, it's Hoon the Loon, let me tell you, she is off her rocker. She has no understandings about how politics is supposed to work. She only cares about whatever. She brings in her warped sense of her morality and her sense of what is right and wrong. I'm going to tell you, the citizens of Henry County, they slept at the wheel, and they allowed Sproles to put Susan in, and they allowed her to walk in over Bobby, and that's going to be really, really bad, because he's going to get everything that he wants now, because he's going to have 2 commissioners against Dellinger. It'll be Bobby and the other guy. I always forget because he was the odd man out against Steve Dellinger. So that's crazy. I just hate it. But that means Susan will be leaving the council, so they will have to caucus someone in. I hope Bobby wins that caucus. She has. I'll show it, and then Happy New Year! Happy New Year, everybody! Let me wah, 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 wah. Hey, duck everybody down on the south side. Oh, look at that. Will we pause? There we go. All right, here we go. Yeah, there we go. There's our. Well, 12:01. See you guys later. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. See you, Kate. I am going to shut her down, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching and being a part of this over the last year. We will continue into the new year and hopefully bring you even more better and more, even more better and more content. You guys take care. God bless each and every one of you. Have a wonderful Wednesday, New Year's Day. Take care of yourselves. Spend time with family. We will not be here tomorrow. We will be back Thursday. The Delaware County Council meeting Thursday morning will be live streamed right here, so tune in for that. And then we will see you back here on the 2nd. Take care. God bless. Have a good evening. And goodbye.